a big issue right now,
Yeah.
especially in research. Teams want to hold that close to them, which makes sense because they don't want to give an advantage to some.
Yeah.
Like if they found an advantage, they want to keep it. But I think what would be great to see, especially in this space, in the concussion space, is to find a way how to safely and ethically as well share data and share information, so that, like you said,
Yeah.
player welfare is number one. Um,
No, 100%. Like it does. Yeah, it is difficult because I'll play devil's advocate as a business, and if I'm a physio doing these tests all the time to try and create a more accurate understanding of a player's mental capacity or their concussion baseline tests. It takes time. It takes a lot. I guess those tests aren't that costly, but other tests would be different ones, and it takes a lot of time. Sorry, going back on time, that's the main one. A lot of time that many people don't have. So I think it would have to be players that take the initiative themselves. If they do truly care about player welfare, then put in that time, that extra time that you've got in that day to find out more.
Kind of wrap it up. Moving forward, if you're a sports scientist, like you are working in an S&C environment, or for myself, kind of working with athletes as well, or doing more research, or even if you're listening and you're not involved in sports directly, but you know people who play sports and maybe have a concussion. Like how can
Mm.
we in our kind of daily goings help that culture of concussions and of changing that from like, oh no, I'm fine, to educating and and taking it serious. And that I think that's what I would say is like is take concussion serious. Like if even if you have a friend who says, oh, I really got a blow to the head, kind of feeling dizzy, or that lights or the phone really hurt my eyes and give me a headache, or I kind of feel sick, I think a big thing that we can do is take
Mm.
that serious and don't just be like, ah, ha, 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 like, stop being soft, like 10 ply, but, you know, um,
Yeah.
I think, I think, you know, practically that's something that we can all do no matter where you are. And the second thing I would say, and maybe after, if you'd agree, or have something else, Matt, you can say, but I think one, education is really important. So, if you're in a position of being able to educate people who might get a concussion. And the second is what I come back to all the time, which is relationship building, and building that buy-in before something happens, from either coaches or players or managers, building that relationship, building that buy-in, so that when something does happen, they're bought in because they trust you. And also, I think if you're with
Yeah.
athletes
No,
all the time,
100%.
maybe that even gives you the ability to kind of get to know who they are as individuals normally, and even build. This is a very low level, but even build kind of a baseline knowledge of, who are they on a normal day to day, and maybe you detect
Yeah.
that, hey, like, you're usually a quiet
You
person,
seem a
and
bit off today.
yeah, and in the last couple of days you've been really aggressive. Like, what's going on there? What do you think? Kind of just practical of like next steps. What can you do practically?
I think just everyone's got to play their role. As a player, you've got to be conscious of yourself, and if you truly care about that, truly care about player welfare, you take the initiative as well. But then also, even more so, the people around them, the interdisciplinary team, they've got to take initiative. They've got to be proactive in building those relationships, understanding the players better, and also recognizing tests that they can do that will help the players more. And as a manager or coach, who's actually got a big stake in there, you've got to realize
Mm.
that keeping your players fit and healthy for longer means that they'll be around for longer, means they can probably become bigger stars, which will then be more buy-in from the fans, which will then actually increase your profits, hopefully. So I think there's a benefit for everyone, in their own little, what they want to get out of it. There is a benefit there if you just prioritize the players.